Hi everyone, and welcome back to what I'm teaching this week. And this week we're gonna be talking about second grade lessons, specifically talking about So and Me and prepping and presenting quarter rest. Now this is gonna be a little bit different because normally I share like my slides that I am doing along with you, but full disclosure, March was the most ridiculous month ever that included some like really great things and some really horrible devastating things. And because of that, I haven't filmed one of these videos in like so many weeks that I'm actually no longer teaching this set of lessons that I'm about to share with you. So I deleted the slides because I didn't realize that I hadn't shared the lesson yet. So I'll see if I can pop some stuff up on here, but it's not gonna be quite as great as it could be. That being said, with second grade, I see my kids for a week at a time. Reminder, on Monday, what they do is we come in and we start with our go-to favorite song, Quien es esa gente. We have done this song so many times because it has just So and Me. It's in Spanish. I came up with a fun game to do with it. It's not actually a singing game song, but I came up with a game and it's been great. And it also has quarter rest, which is what we are working on this week. So we start with Quien es esa gente. The song goes, Quien es esa gente que anda por allí, hace mucho ruido, no deja dormir. And so we sing through the song and play the game. The way we play this game, and again, I made this up so it's not authentic, but how we are doing the game is there's two different ways. With my more responsible classes, we have one person come to the front and they are the sleeper. Everyone else walks around the room and while we sing the song, and then at the end they freeze. And if the sleeper sees you moving, then they will go and tap one person on the shoulder and that person becomes a sleeper. So now you have two sleepers. Then sing the song again. At the end, if someone's moving, both of those people can go tap a person on the shoulder. So you have, you have one, and then you have two, and then you have four, and then you have eight. And so it multiplies really quickly, which means the game is over really quickly, which is excellent. It does get a little chaotic, full disclosure. So with my more fun classes, I typically just do more of like a freeze dance where I just have the one person be the sleeper and they just say, oh, you're out, and that person just sits down. So that's a calmer way to do it, but either way, it is always a huge hit. The kids are obsessed with that song. So I will link a lesson pack that I have about it down below, and I don't think I have a video all about it, but I should because I talk about it so many times. I'll get to work on that. After that, we review our So and Me, and I have them read the pattern of the song in So's and Me's. And then we go to a new song and we read the pattern for the first line of Ickle Ockle. So Ickle Ockle is a great love of mine. Some people call it Bickle Bockle. It's one of those that has like 50 different versions. We use Ickle Ockle and we use the one that goes down to do at the end, and it also has quarter rest. So it has So, Me, La, and do. So it's got a lot of stuff going on. So the first line is Ickle Ockle blue bottle. So that's what I have them read. It's just So, Me, So, Me. And Me at the end, sorry. And so we read that and then I'm like, great, this is a song, this is a new song that we're gonna learn. And so I just have them listen and keep the beat while I sing it a couple of times. And after that, like I really make a big deal of where the rest is. So the whole song goes, Ickle Ockle blue bottle, fishes in the sea. If you want a partner, just choose me. So I make a really big deal about those rests, and we either do sleep, usually is what we did because Quien es esa gente, that works really well because they're sleeping anyway, on the rest, so that we talk about you're resting so you don't make any noise. We don't know what a rest is yet, but we do make that connection. So we sing through that quite a few times, and then we pull out an old favorite of mine, and that is Save the Fish. So this is the, I think the first actually of the digital solfege games that I made last year. I've been making them like crazy. I have them for like spring themed ones. I have St. Patrick's Day ones. I had winter snowball fights. I had Valentine's Day. I have pumpkin patch. Like I have all the things, but the first one that spurred everything was the Save the Fish. So this one is actually a little different than the others. It has notes on the staff and the kids have to decide which pattern it is. So it'll have like the letters, so like M for me and S for so. And it's all kind of themed of saving the fish that happens to look a lot like Nemo. So we get there and it says like, hi, I need to get through the ocean, can you help me? And so then each slide is, there's a new predator And so it's like, oh no, there's a shark. Help the fish get past the shark by picking the right rhythm. And so if you get, or the right melody. And so if they get it right, then they get past the shark. And if they get it wrong, then the fish got eaten. And then it's like, oops, and I think that's hilarious, I'm not gonna lie. So we go through that and I have it up on the screen. The kids just show me if their answer is 1 or 2 in order to help save the fish. And then this one has some like fun ocean animal facts just for fun, and the kids have been really into those. So there's like 3 for each of them. So that's been really fun. I will link that down below in case that is something that you would like to do. There's a couple of different versions of it. So we're using the So Me one, and that has been a big hit. After we do like 3 or 4 of those, we don't do the whole thing. We just do it as kind of like a, hey, let's remember what solfege is. Then I give the kids some cards that just, I did not bring them home. Oops. Just some little cards that have letters. So they'll say like MS, MS, and that's me so, and they get a whiteboard and they get a marker and they take their cards and they have to write them on the staff on the whiteboard, because I have some whiteboards that look like staves. If you don't have those, you can just print out a staff and put it in a sheet protector and have them write on that. And so they just go through their cards, and then I tell them if they finish their cards, then they go and swap with someone else. And we made it a competition to see who could win the most cards, like who got the most cards. I had one kid that got like 25 in like 10 minutes. I was very impressed, I'm not gonna lie. So that is our Monday lesson. It's a lot on Monday. Usually Mondays are like, we're gonna do old things. Then on Tuesday, we're gonna chill out a little bit. And on Tuesday, the kids come in and we practice making different statues. So I have them like put up on the screen a couple of different pictures of statues from around the world, and they have to like match each of the statues. And then I'm like, great. And then I show them the rhythm. This is all from Beethoven's 7th Symphony, Movement 2. And so I show them the rhythm, and the rhythm of this is really easy. It just goes ta, ti, ti, ta, 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 ti, ti, ta, 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 ti, ti, ta, 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 ti, ti, ta. So I showed them the rhythm, and then at the end it's got a picture of a statue instead of a quarter rest. And so we read through the rhythms, and then on the statue I tell them to make a statue. And so we read through it, and then I'm like, great, this time can you put on your legs? So they do ta, ti, ti, ta, ta, and so on and so forth, and then they make a statue at the end. Then I'm like, great, this time can you put the beat in your feet and play the rhythm in your legs? And half of them are like, no. I'm like, yes you can. And so we do it that way. And I also have them whisper it like ta, ti, ti, ta, ta. And then I put the music on and we do it along with the music, and I have them do like a different statue each time, and that's really fun. We don't listen to the whole thing because it's kind of a lot, but we do listen to like 30-45 seconds worth of it. And also I will link the lesson pack for this down below. It has all of the visuals as well as a recording of the song that I did purchase. I paid a lot of money for that, so you can go and you can use that in your classroom. Then after that, we read through the rhythm of Beethoven, we read through the rhythm of Ickle Ockle, and then we make some patterns and see if we can make the patterns of Ickle Ockle with some manipulative. So I give them little baggies that have, I think I do have this, please hold. You do not want to know how long ago I brought these home to work on. Yeah, so I have these little baggies. I just printed out some rhythms and laminated them, and I stuck them in some bags. So we have ta, ti, and then we have a question mark. So I guess I should have done a statue. That probably would have been smarter, but oh well. They're all printed, laminated, and cut, so that's what they're getting. So they get a board with the heartbeats, and this is just a printout from the Rainbow Music Room. Thank you, the Rainbow Music Room, that I'm sure I got for free. And then I stuck it in this like sheet protector, and then they get the bag full of rhythms, and we see if we can make the rhythms of Ickle Ockle with the question marks as those rests. If we have extra time, then I also let them make their own patterns, and if we don't have extra time, then there's that too. Then on Wednesday, we come in, we do the statue activity again, and this time I let them move around the room if they are responsible enough that I trust them to move around the room without, you know, killing each other. And then after that, we get some rhythm sticks and we play the rhythm along with Beethoven, and at the quarter rest, we put our hands up, or we do, you know, again, a statue with your sticks. Then we review the rhythm of Quien, gente, and along with that, we like review the rhythm, I pick up the rhythm sticks, and then we'll talk about like, what is going on here when we went like this. And they're like, oh, well, we went to sleep. I'm like, great. What was happening in the song though? And they're like, oh, well, we didn't say anything. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then I'll go back to the Beethoven and we'll talk about how it was the same thing there. I'm like, what happened in the song here? And someone will usually say, it stopped. And I'm like, so if it stopped, was there any noise? And they're like, no, there wasn't any noise. And I was like, okay. And I point to the board where it has a heart on it and I say, is there a beat here? And they're like, yes. And I'm like, great. Is there any sound here? And they're like, no, because I'm really, really, really trying to drill in that there is still a beat. It's just not a sound. And so, and y'all, I had like a miracle today that my 3rd graders, I introduced half note. And so I showed them the rhythms they knew. And we said, okay, quarter note is 1 sound on 1 beat. 8th notes are 2 sounds on 1 beat. And I said, quarter rest. Are there any sounds? They said no. And I was like, okay, how many beats does it get? And they all said 1. And I was like, hallelujah. Nobody said 0. Anyway, I digress. That's the word. This was maybe not the best day to film this because I'm like, but we talk about it in addition to that, and I showed them the slides out of that one. And so then I'm like, great. So what happened here is that there wasn't any sound, but there was still a note. And then I showed them their 2 rhythms that they know so far. And I'm like, great. So ta is 1 sound on 1 heartbeat. TT is 1 sound on, or 2 sounds on 1 heartbeat. Do either of these have no sounds? And they're like, no. I'm like, great. So we don't know what this is. And then I show them what the quarter rest looks like. I'm like, this is our rest. It gets 1 heartbeat. It doesn't have any sound. When you see it, you don't make any sound. And they're like, okay, cool. And then I like to show them how to draw it at this point. And so I'll show them like, this is how you draw it. And then I also tell them, I will take a Z, I will take a 3, and I will take a squiggle. I was like, in any of these things, I am okay with as pretending it is a rest. So then after we introduce it, I show them some different rhythm patterns and they play the rhythm patterns up on the board. And then I'll show them Ickle Ockle and I'll show them Quien, gente with the rhythm, and they play those rhythms along with those songs. I wanted to like learn a new song, but it just, there wasn't enough time to make that happen, because ideally I would have liked to like do a new song and then do like a game or something with that song, but we have like 30-minute classes now because I have to take everyone to the bathroom. So it's just like hot mess central. So that's Wednesday. I think I only had 1 group the whole month that had a Thursday lesson. And so for that one, we did a Go Noodle video. And then we played Ickle Ockle, which I'll talk about it in a moment because those who did not, we're gonna do it next. Anyway, so then on Friday, we start with the song Looby Loo. So this is a really fun like little movement song, and so it goes, here we go Looby Loo, here we go Looby Light, here we go Looby Loo on a Saturday night. So for this one, we walk to the beat, and then on All on a Saturday Night, we spin around. And then it's kind of like the hokey pokey you do. You put your right hand in, you take your right hand out, you give your right hand a shake, 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 and you turn yourself about and you spin around again. And then you do it again, and you do your left hand, and then your right foot, and then your left foot, and then whatever you want. And that's always fun to get the kids to tell you, and they'll be like, oh, your ears. I'm like, okay, you put your ears in, and it's just like hilarious, and I think it's so funny. After that, since we did this during March, we are singing the song Rattlin Bog. This is our like music room tradition and I love it. Rattlin Bog is an Irish folk song that is like the best song ever. I included it in my Ireland virtual field trip and it is just a great time. So I usually play this on my ukulele, and what we do with this is the kids show me the different actions. So the chorus to this goes, oh, roll the Rattlin Bog, bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the Rattlin Bog, bog down in the valley, oh. And on that part, they keep the beat. And then after that, we talk about all the things that are in the bog. And so in the bog, I'll start at the end so you can hear them all. So we do in the bog, we do, there's a feather on the bird, in the egg, in the nest, on the twig, on the branch, on the limb, on the tree, in the bog, and the bog down in the valley. So it's cumulative. So the first time it's just, well, in that bog there was a tree, a rare tree, rattling tree, tree in the bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the Rattlin Bog, bog down in the valley, oh. And then by the end it's, on that bird there was a feather, a rare feather, rattling feather, feather on the bird, and the bird, and the egg, and the egg, and the nest on the twig, and the twig on the branch, and the branch on the limb, and the limb on the tree, and the tree in the bog down in the valley, oh. and it is hilarious, especially when you get to the point where you can do it really fast, because then they're like, so funny. There's lots of different versions of this song, I will also say. So I've heard many. There's also recorded versions if you don't want to sing it. So they might have different actions along with those, but that is, you know, a possibility. And then after that, we have our game time. So the kids earn points all week in teacher versus student points, and then however many points they get that many minutes of game time. And we're playing the Ickle Ockle game. So to do Ickle Ockle, you have everyone get in partners except for one person that's like the odd man out, and you walk around while you sing the song, and then at the end everyone has to find a new partner, including the person in the middle. So whoever's left over is then the new person in the middle. So it's a partner stealing game, and they just think it is hilarious. I think I prefer this game with 3rd grade, I will say, because I've done it with 3rd grade and it was like great. With 2nd grade, it was a little bit of a, not all of the kids grasped the concept quite as well, but with 3rd grade, it was like really good. So just a little heads up there. And that is all that we did in March, because we're not doing them anymore. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like this, you know, format, and I will try to be a little more on top of it through April and May. But I only have like the lessons I'm teaching now, and then one more set of lessons, and then we're done with the whole year, which is very exciting. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see more, because I post these all of the time. And I will see you next time. Bye.